Are we live?
We are live. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome back. And if you don't know who that clown is in the black shirt and the scruffy hair,
leave my hair out of this, all right?
Anyway, it's nice to have Shannon back on.
Yeah, I missed the last couple of weeks because I was crook.
He's doing his nails right now, so you guys have to forgive him.
I miss our intro.
I'm doing my nails. I'm doing micro train couplers. Jesus Christ.
Well, it looks like you're doing your nails to me. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, we got
good to see you again.
Bill, how's the back doing, dude? How's your back?
Oh, William A's here. Good job. Yeah, Bill's here. I didn't see him sneak in.
Yeah, let's see. We got Anfield Road Layouts, John from Schuylkill River Valley, Roy Eltham, Steve Anderson, Rob Timon. A couple of names here I don't recognise.
You haven't been around.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
CDP 1965. G'day.
Almar just came in. Bill says he's getting around a little these days with a thumbs up. That's good.
Yeah, back.
Excuse me. Anyway, it's good to have you guys here this morning.
Grandpa Rouse, John, hello.
John, good morning, John.
Yeah, we don't really have a subject this morning because the guest we were going to have on had to work today, so that one kind of fell through. But that never seems to deter us much from causing havoc.
That would be Eric from Watch Trains Now. He wants to be on, but he's got some people have to work, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What work? Well, what?
Oh, Bernard's already starting in on me.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, is what I do considered work?
Say that again.
I said, is what I do considered work anymore?
No, that's not work either. That's getting paid for your hobby. He wants to know when you expect a selfie on a raft drinking a funny umbrella drink. Probably not going to happen. Although, I should dig up. I've got a picture I can show you that's almost as good as that. I may have to look that up while you guys carry the conversation and see if I can get it on.
I don't know whether to be scared or to.
Well, it'll get a good laugh. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
It was on a beach. Let's put it that way. That may not be a good thing either.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, because we don't really have a subject this morning or whatever. Hang on. What do we have here? Almar, you never have a topic, but always have a great show.
Steve Anderson talk about gas.
Gas. Yeah, go to your doctor. He'll let you know what's going on.
I had some gas last night.
Boy, you did, huh? You had too much.
Yeah. Oh, let's see if I can find that picture for you guys.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to say, if anyone wants to ask me questions, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Shannon from Down Under in Australia. It is currently midnight. At this rate, I'm only going to be on the show 6 months of the year. And I work at a model train shop at Train World Proprietary Limited, not associated with Train World America, and it's a lot older than Train World America. So if any of you guys have any questions on what it's like for me to work in my hobby of model trains.
Well, you've got more of a history than that, man. You go way back to the starting of this whole show.
founders. I didn't start. You're making it sound like I started the show from scratch. I'm one of the founders.
No, you go back to the starting of it. So you've been around. So,
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
Yeah. We've been doing this game for what, a year and a half now, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So Steve Anderson's asking me. Yes, Steve. So I now work full time at the model train shop. So I'm still on my trial period, but so far everything seems to be going, for the most part, smoothly. I do drive my manager nuts, but what employee doesn't drive their managers nuts?
Well, you drive me nuts. You always have.
True.
Okay, this is just for Bernard. Everybody's going to get to see it, but this is for Bernard. So I can get this up here now. Oh, wrong one. Not that one. We don't want that one. We want that one. Can't see that one either, can you?
Not yet. You got to share the screen.
I did share the screen. Here we go. Here we go. No, don't want that. I want this. And I don't want that screen.
Hey, Shannon.
That screen.
Yeah.
Bernard's concerned that it's after midnight and you're using Sharp Implement. That's dangerous.
This is like cable cutters, spur cutters. These aren't dangerous. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Actually, that's the most dangerous things I've got around me right now.
Well.
So anyway, so as I was saying, I work full time now. I did see another question. Bernard C. So what's new in the hobby business? Well, Bernard, that's a very hard question to say because I'm finding out train shops are the last to know what's going on. Like some of the stories my manager tells me, Jesus Christ. He gets messages, actually he's probably getting messages right about now as he lays in bed from customers going, hey, are you getting any of these in stock? You getting any of these in stock? To which he replies to, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, the suppliers just released the order forms for this last night at 1 in the morning. And it's like, I was asleep, dude. I'll look into it.
Hey, Shannon, you're in trouble. Guess who's in chat?
Is
it my lovely wife?
No, Shannon's wacky hair. Container Man 68. Roy, good morning.
Morning, Roy.
You're going to get hammered now, Shannon. Roy's going to be all over you.
That didn't sound right, Steve.
Oh, well, okay. I wasn't thinking that.
I'm definitely too tired for this. I've done a boo-boo already, assembling couplers.
He's doing his nails.
My goodness.
Micro train couplers, not nails. I'm surprised my son is not in here. He's still awake.
Oh, I may lose it. If I do that, I'm going to lose it. I can't show you the picture. I'll have to get that picture set up next time. Since I upgraded my Mac, I've got to do some stuff to get it to share the screen again. So we'll have to do that at a different time, but I guarantee it'll get a good laugh.
Yeah.
And it was courtesy of my sister-in-law and my wife, so you know it's going to be good. But it's better than me on a raft in the pool.
How's the thunderstorms, Claude?
I think we got a little break right now, but we got some more coming, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think we'll probably be good for the show.
Well, I was going to say, so for anyone that's watching, if the show does cut out, blame the Storms over where Claude is, because we don't know if he cuts out whether the whole show's going to shut down or he's just going to go MIA and we'll still be chit-chatting.
Yeah, we don't know what'll happen if it goes down, so
we'll blame Heath.
But here, I got a little bit of a mail calling, sure, buddy. I got some HO. Let me see that HO Central Valley trucks, and I got 5 pair. 3 of them are brand new, and they're arch bar trucks, which is nice. And I don't know if any of you have ever used these, but they are fantastic trucks. They're all metal. They're sprung, and they roll really, really well. So I got some more for some HO stuff that I have to refurbish.
I think
I got a bunch of
those from Aussie stuff.
Yeah, well, I've got a bunch of the Central Valleys for my narrow gauge in the arch bar trucks, no less. So that works out really well. But anybody in chat that wants these, I will send them to you. The guy I bought the trucks from sent me 3 sets of decals, and I haven't looked at all of them. I think they're all complete. They're all the same. I think they're all the same. No, they're not all the same. They're different. One's for Great Northern cabooses. One's for Great Northern steam locomotives. 2 of them are for steam locomotives. Champ decals for Great Northern. And I believe they're all white. White or silver, yeah.
Pirates of the Trains, hello.
But anybody that wants them, let me know, and I can send them to you free of charge, because I won't need them. So anybody that wants them can have them. Just let me know either in the chat today or in the description or in the comments after the show, once the show goes recorded. Send me a deal and we'll get together and I'll get your address and send them to you.
You can talk now, Shannon.
Is that what you want to container, man? You want me to do this and go?
I could ring my bell.
Oh no! Now I've got that song in my head.
Roy's in Columbia. Yeah, that's probably the same system came through here about an hour and a half ago. It was raining pretty good there for a while.
Yeah, so has anyone else got questions about me working in a train shop?
Yeah, what's your discount? Be careful, you're not supposed to say that, are you?
Yeah, no, not really, but let's just say...
Time out.
Nah, I was going to say...
Clover.
Marcel's here.
Oh, what? Hey!
Hey, Marcel, long time no see.
Look, we're all coming out of the woodwork.
What's up? We got...
Roy wants to know if the train shop has a layout, Shannon.
It does. It's for sale if anyone wants to buy it. You just have in saying that, you do have to pay shipping.
Yeah. Let's ship that across the ocean.
Oh yeah, it's I think it's roughly a 4x8 or a 4x6.
Yeah, that's they got one. The hobby shop, the only hobby shop here is Hobby Town, and that guy bought one, and it's okay. For people that are just getting into it, it kind of gives you something to look at. But anybody that's got a layout, it's not all great.
Yeah.
happened?
So how does it work for shipping to? What's Mr. Anderson asking about shipping, or is he asking that to someone else?
I don't know.
That confused me.
I think he's talking about anything that gets shipped to you.
We get shipments from the States every few weeks. We just had a whole shipment come in from Walthers, which had a lot of Woodland Scenic stuff, Athens stuff. Rolling stock. Got a whole lot of Pico truck and stuff from another supplier. We got stuff from England, from Barking Branch Line and Graham Farish, so we've got some English stuff in the shop now again. But yeah, at the moment, unfortunately, how do you get product into the shop? What do you mean by get product into the shop? Like when something new comes about, or because that opens up a whole can of worms of getting something into the shop. Usually involve, like, if it's to get something new in, it involves a lot of groveling. Because, let's see, this shop, the business itself is about 40 years old, and it's already outgrown 2 premises. And it's still going.
Yeah. Well, Marcel says that their biggest train shop is going to close unless somebody buys it. Yeah. I mean, when Caboose Hobbies ended up closing up completely, I thought, there goes all the main hobby shops.
Mm.
Now the ones back east, I guess, have enough population around them, but all of them that we know about are all online anyway. So you almost have to have an online presence, I would think, to make it.
Okay, Save 87. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Which I didn't know until recently. There's only 5 factories in the world that do model railroads. Only 5 factories, and what they do is, like, one factory will do Atlas, Athen, Walthers, some Australian stuff, and basically when the manufacturers put an order in, they go, okay, well, we can't get your products on the manufacturing line for at least 2-3 months because we're in the middle of this production run for another company.
Yeah. Hey, Allie's in-house. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning.
Hey, Allie.
Excuse me.
So that inhibits on why, some manufacturers go, oh, we're going to be releasing this locomotive model or this rolling stock at this quarter of the year.
Yeah.
Because they can't get an exact date. And yeah, it's actually quite interesting. Like,
I saw a video here last week, I think, and I don't remember who actually did the video, but it was on how model trains are made.
scale trains.
Was it scale trains? And yeah, it was
right.
Interesting to watch that.
Well, you got to understand the whole process of that one loco that they were talking about. So you know how they were talking about the tooling, how you can change the details on the sides and that.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of those blocks, which is about 2 inches by 2 inches roughly, you're looking at about $10,000 to $20,000 each piece.
Yeah.
And how's this? Did you know every time they put the tooling into the machine, it's $5,000 every time on average? Because I could put it in, do a few test molds, readjust it, do more test molds, and then after about a little bit, then they go, okay, it's all good. What was that? I missed that.
He's talking to Steve. He said he gets an email from Promotex saying his order is shipped. Truck stop hobby second run. So they're talking about something. I thought he was asking something else. Oh, Marcel says the Midwest is thriving due to online sales and customer service. Yeah, well, the online sales, you know, they're selling out of everything because the manufacturers aren't keeping up with the supply demand. And
actually, no, that's not completely true. So okay, so obviously in the States, everyone knows who NCE is, right? NCE currently can't produce any products because they can't get the electrical components to construct their product.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's all the components that go into stuff. You know, one thing being left out or being where they can't get a hold of it to make the product that keeps the product down.
Yeah,
and there's been a lot of that going on. And it's not just model railroading; it's a lot of stuff.
Oh, it's like here in Australia. My manager bought himself a caravan, and we picked it up. He's like, "Lucky you ordered it when you did, because there's a backlog of like 18 months for caravans." Not because they can't construct the caravans, but because, you know, they can't get the fridges, they can't get the microwaves, they can't get the bedding, the cupboards.
Yeah.
You know, so there's all these empty caravan shells with no interiors, just literally waiting for internals. You know, TVs. It's like, Jesus Christ. Whoever thought there'd be a shortage of TVs?
Well, another problem with the shortages, I think, are probably the trucking industry. And my wife is in that with oil and gas, and she's been having trouble getting pipe delivered because there's not enough drivers. So many drivers got laid off during the pandemic when they weren't doing anything, and they can't get enough drivers back now. So that's part of the problem. You know, and that goes countrywide. It's not just one product that suffers from something like that.
Yeah, well, here it's different in Australia because I know in America, majority of fuel freight's delivered via railroad, right? And then the trucks, you know, distribute it out from the railroad to where it needs to go in that certain city or town. But here in Australia, majority of our freight is primarily moved by truck and not by train. Like, obviously, large shipments, you know, go from one state to the next, but, you know, if it's something interstate, trucks will do most of the delivering.
Oh yeah, same thing here. Rail service, they don't do near as much of the rail service like they used to do, like local mixed freight type of stuff. You see very little of that compared to what it used to be, because trucks are taking it everywhere. It's all Roy's fault.
It's Roy. I was just going
to anyway. Steve says it's a worldwide chip shortage. Is that potato chips and corn chips and?
Yes.
Go out and computer chips and put them in plastic bags. Okay.
Well, right.
I think he's been in altitude without oxygen or something. I'm not sure what he's talking about there.
Yeah, Roy Ethan also said electronic components suffering a shortage because of the Suez and the Showstopper.
Yeah, but the Suez only slowed it down for a few days. That wouldn't have been enough to, you know, that wouldn't have been enough to short it like it's been. You know, they got that ship out of there fairly quickly, I thought, considering how long it normally takes to do something like that. But Ali said it's quite often the reason why sound equipped models come out after the initial release. Yeah, that's true. There's, you know, all kinds of things that happen because they can't get one or two components for something, and usually it's completely shut down.
Container Man says
somebody ding?
Stuck.
He's stuck.
No, he said that he didn't get the ship stuck in the Suez.
Ah. No, we weren't talking about that, Roy. I was talking about
blame you anyway.
Trucking was your fault. Stuff's not taken by rail as much because you truckers do all the local shipping stuff.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Train shows are starting to become more lively over here in Australia. Which is good. Oh, hang on. What did I miss?
Oh, you missed lots of stuff.
Ali's talking about how stuff takes ages to come from China from the slow boat.
Yep.
That's assuming that the manufacturers actually stick to their timetable when they announce stuff and say, "Oh, we're going to release it at this date." Like for one example, so how's this? So there was a model released by one of the Aussie manufacturers, right? And I'm not going to name them or anything like that. So, but anyway, so they released a new locomotive setup, new train setup, and we finally got stock in the shop. So we go, okay, let's have a look through our pre-orders. We look through our pre-orders, and the first order, which gives you an idea how long ago they announced it, was back in 2013. Yep. So 8 years ago, they announced they were going to release this train set, and it's only in the last month it finally arrived on the shop shelves.
Well, yeah, but at least they showed up. I've got pre-orders for some locos that I got a feeling will never show up.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So this pre-order from 2013, right, was an American customer.
Hey, Shannon.
And he ordered from Australia?
Yep, because it's an Australian model.
Okay.
Walthers, who else?
Comparison to Central Valley Trucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to ask you.
In fact, Bernard, I've got two of the sets that I got are I can hold those up right. Are Walthers Trucks. I never get these in the right place. Jeez, you'd think I was spastic or something. Anyway, there we go. These are the Aluminium trucks, and of course they say Walthers on them, but they're identical to the Central Valley. So I'm sure these were made by Central Valley for Walthers. It's kind of like Walthers has Shinohara turnouts and stuff. They're not called Shinohara now, they're called Walthers, but that's what they are. Or the Shinohara, they just bought them out, I guess.
It's like the car industry.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, any end scalers in the chat who wants to assemble some micro train 1015 couples for me?
No, that's why I run the keto.
No, that's hard enough on HO stuff, man. I am not going to mess with N scale. Allie says she was one of the first to order the 1830s from Ascension, and they realized how long I had them on order.
Oh, Ozcision. Yeah.
Yeah, Ozcision, is that how it is? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's meant to be short for Australian Vision. No, I reckon it's a pretty cool name. They're one of the biggest Australian manufacturers for model trains.
Well, Roy, the problem I have is I'm looking at the computer screen, but my camera is on my phone here, so that's I catch myself trying to hold it up to the computer. So that's why I can't get anything on the camera. So does nobody want these decals?
I personally don't, because
Great Northern, if anybody wants them, they're yours for the asking. I'll just hang on to them, I guess. Maybe give them to somebody later.
Oh, there you go. Alex is correct. Australian Precision.
Australian Precision. Ah, okay. So they just combined that for the name.
Yeah. Well, I reckon what Ali said it actually is more true to the business name compared to what I said, because when they manufacture models, they go down to the point where. So one of the models they just released, they went as far as putting what is it? Brass chain to put on the bogies to simulate the braking chains and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a molded piece of chain; it's an actual proper piece of chain, and they'll go as far as brass etching all the grills and the fan grills, and they'll put figurines in the cab and have semi-detailed cab interiors and brake hoses.
Yeah.
So.
And seeing all that kind of detail just adds cost on right and left.
Actually, the costs are actually pretty reasonable considering. Like on average, like so far, the last few releases that we've got in stock for sale from Ozcision have been pretty much the same. So a locomotive DCC ready is $335 Australian, or DCC sound fit is an extra $100. So how can you go wrong?
Oh, well, if it's Australian, then that's where I'd go wrong.
Now, some of the Aussie stuff. Actually, Steve, I have a bone to pick with you, by the way.
Uh-oh, bone picking.
Okay.
So,
drum roll.
Explain to me how there's so many. So we've got a few customers in the States, right? And the majority of the ones that I know of are in Oregon. Can you explain that to me?
I didn't understand anything you said. You have to slow down.
You want me to translate? I think I understood what he said.
I heard something made in Oregon. Okay.
He said they've got some customers in the States for Australian equipment, I'm assuming, right, Shannon?
Right.
Yep.
That's what they're ordering, and they're all in Oregon.
No, you got to love
Steve's
Oregon.
hoarding it. That's what it is. It's all Steve.
Oregon. Sorry. I can't help you.
Yeah. And the other thing is, what I just something heavy, an SD40 will do it.
Yeah. I don't have much problem pulling mine around, and I just use the GP7, Atlas GP7, and it pulls it just fine. I mean, you got to run it. You know, if I used to use that one engine, then I have to run it at a pretty decent clip on the throttle. Now the engine's not actually moving that fast, but I have to have the throttle up a little bit to get it to keep moving solidly. And if I hit a steep incline like I've got on my standard gauge line, then sometimes it really gets into wheel slip. But yeah, and it's not a very heavy engine, so I would say anything that's got some weight to it would pull it just fine.
That or the alternative is just run a loco at each end with pull.
Yeah, you can do it that way too.
Yeah, looks more prototypical that way too.
Okay. Bernard says he's got some Great Northern custom built Canadian Pacific, but I may sell after I decide it's West Pacific. Okay. Well, if you want them, Bernard, I got them. So. Hey, Bernard, did you tell me you were in Elko, Nevada? Because next year, the wife and I are going to be passing through there. We'll just be stopping for the night. But
in other words, he's looking for free accommodation.
He wants to know if I have to use the sander function on my. It's not an SP7; it's a GP7. So it's only a 4-axle loco. If it was if I run a 6-axle, which I've only got one loco that's a 6-axle, it would probably pull it just fine too. I don't find it's all that hard to pull. So you're in Elko, okay. Well, I'll get a hold of you before we get closer to that. We won't be going for a year from July. I think we're in Elko the night of the 4th, actually, is when we're supposed to get there, but we'll be leaving the next morning. So,
well, we should do a meet and greet at when you come, Claude.
Say it again.
We should try to do when you come out here and you and I head to Train Mountain, we should put out the dates and anybody that can come.
Yeah, we can do that.
I know Chuck would like to go.
Yeah. I was trying to get Chuck to come down because we're not going to be going north when we leave there. Where did I put that paper? That's not what I want.
As I said, just remember, the reason Claude's asking is he's looking for free accommodation.
No, actually, I'm going to try and stay at the Red Lion. I think it's casino and hotel. Because we're going to have the dogs with us, so we got to have some place that's dog friendly, and they were one of them that popped up on that. Let me look here. What date are we going to be at Train Mountain?
It's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's looking like, unfortunately.
Let's see. Grants Pass, Rocky Point. Okay, we'll be at Rocky Point. We get there the 27th of June, and we leave there the 29th and go to Grants Pass. So we'll be at Train Mountain on the 28th of June, 2022.
And that's a Monday, I think. Monday, Tuesday, wasn't it?
I think it's, let me look at the calendar right quick. I think it's a Tuesday.
It's right after the triennial.
Yeah, I think it's a Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, 28th is a Tuesday.
Okay.
So, and not really conducive to having everybody show up at that date, but if you can, we'll be there. Hopefully we'll be there.
I'm trying to think. Who's the mob that Heath and Schuylkill River Valley? What's their group called again?
Community Roundhouse?
Community Roundhouse.
No. The other one, the Sunday show. And they've got
back on.
Talking about Trackside? Not Trackside.
No.
I mean, not Sidetrack. It's not Sidetrack, is it?
Sidetrack Sunday.
Yeah, and they also got Jason and
Yeah, that's Sidetrack Sunday.
yeah. Who's the guy missing? So you got Jason, Heath, John, Ray Bobo.
Yeah, Ray's on it, I think.
Yeah.
Well, don't they take turns? They take turns doing that.
Someone needs to get a hold of Ray because I know he wants one of these.
It's a push me, pull you.
Double-ended bulldog.
That's pretty cool looking.
I think that livery, that livery is called the Bernie Baker. That livery was specifically painted for a driver that retired that drove these things.
Huh. That's unusual.
Still around, still run.
John says it's Heath, Jason, Ray Bobel, and Rick Bailey.
There you go. I knew somebody'd know. But Art says they beat Disneyland for fireworks. Oh, that's not good. And I'll tell you why.
Future guest, Eric from Watch Trains Now. Good morning.
Hey, Eric. Good morning.
How's work? How's work going?
Watch Trains Now. Oh, hang on. I want to subscribe. Not report, subscribe.
I learned a ton from Eric.
Yeah, Ali Bernie is retired. From what I've been told, he is retired.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Shannon. Steve Anderson says he saw one of those at the hobby shop. I'm assuming he's talking about that engine you were showing.
Well, I'm considering that's an Australian prototype. So either someone over where Steve Anderson lives bought one from Australia and then decided to sell it.
Eric's trying to watch between customers. Allie's met Bernie. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not in on that conversation either.
Yeah. Now Bernie Baker.
Here we go. Here we go. Randall says, I just to jump in on locomotive pulling power, I know I had about 60 cars behind my scale train turbot counter Tier 4 GVO once. That's pretty good. Pulling power, 60 cars.
There's none, Steve. Steve's asking if he comes down what hobby shops are around here. Good luck, because there aren't any. There's one in Medford, and it's not very good.
Yeah, I've kind of given up on hobby shops. I mean, it's so hard to find one now that it's open if you go somewhere. You know, because they don't advertise. You don't see advertising for them locally. All their advertising's on the internet, and they don't usually put their address on there. So it can be hard if you go to another city and to find a hobby shop.
Well, maybe they should take a book out of the hobby shop I work for. We're closed 5 days of the year. That's it.
Yeah.
Christmas Day, Boxing Day, Anzac Day. Oh no, I've forgotten the other two. Good Friday.
Probably an Easter.
No, we're open through Easter with the extended Good Friday, but there's one more day. What is it? Oh, we just had it too.
4th of July.
Nah. I think it might be Queen's birthday or something. But yeah, but it's awesome because every time people call, it's like, oh, what days are you open? And it's just literally easy to go, we're only closed 5 days of the year.
Hey, is Roy yelling at us? Roy, are you yelling at us?
Roy's always yelling at somebody.
If the guys on the panel would actually read chat, half the questions would be answered. Oh my goodness.
I've been trying to read the chat.
I thought we were reading chat.
Yeah, but it's when they get talking to each other is when it's hard to follow. So what did we miss, Roy?
Yeah. Or are you just grumpy this morning?
He's always grumpy.
Grumpy.
That's because he's got relatives in Oklahoma he has to come see every now and then. Doesn't make anybody grumpy.
I just got grumpy when I managed to blow up a Dakota again.
Another one?
Yeah. And it's super annoying because when I blew it up, I had just finished programming it. Because what happened is I dropped this on it. And when I dropped this on it, because it was on my okay. So I was programming it on that. I dropped this onto this, right? Which this was still connected to my USB port. So I still had a voltage going through it. That was still programming. It had 12 volts going through it. So this shorted out the Dakota, which blew up the Dakota, and the 12 volts went through this back to my computer and burned my USB port. So not only did I blow up the Dakota, I killed part of my computer.
Okay.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to learn them the hard way.
Oh yeah.
Wait till you get our age. You just forget stuff, and you do it because of that.
Oh, I think I'm getting there already.
Well, kids will do it to you, that's for sure.
Oh, don't get me started with the kids. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyone want 3 boys that are strangling each other?
No, thank you.
I saw a sticker on the back of a lady's car the other day, you know, where they usually have the stick figure family on the back of the car. This one said, this is my circus, and these are my monkeys. And I thought, yeah, that's apropos for a bunch of kids in the car. And she's, of course, driving a minivan with about 5 or 6 kids in it. And I'm thinking, yeah, you are a circus show there.
Yeah, no, I've been looking at minivans, but they're so expensive.
Steve says, stop watching his show, Shannon.
Actually, the last show of Court of Heath was the last show he did when he was testing or whatever, and I think I only watched like 2 minutes of it.
Oh, he was testing stuff?
Oh, something like that, yeah. I remember I was saying hello, and that was about it.
Oh, Randall. Randall Elson says there's 2 hobby shops that he knows of near where he lives. Rogers Hobby Shop in Thayer, Missouri, and Full-Time Hobby Shop in West Plains. Nothing on the Arkansas side, though. Okay. Well, there's now down close to Arkansas in Missouri, Springfield, I think, is where Iron Planet Hobbies is. And then I believe Midwest Modelers is there in Missouri also, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, for those of you in Missouri or close to Missouri. Of course, I'm not gonna drive, 2 hours to get to a hobby shop. Just not gonna do it. We got one in Oklahoma City that I guess is pretty good. I've never been to it, but I'm not gonna drive 2 hours to go to the hobby shop.
Grandpa Rail says whistle stop trains in Portland, Oregon. If I ever go to Portland, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I don't plan on going to Portland anytime soon.
Portland.
No. Of course, my luck, I'd get up there, I'd be one of them. They got burnt out or something. Anyway, moving on.
I tell people I'm from Oregon, not Portland.
Oh, I was going to say.
The best one in Western Australia is Hobby Tech.
Yeah. I was going to say, if anyone ever wants to work in a hobby shop, there's 2 ways you'll go about it. A, you'll learn to hate the hobby, or B, you just get more engulfed in it and you just get stuck in a world of awe.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the Hobby Town here, which sells everything from paper airplane stuff to RC cars to trains to frisbees and everything else you can think of. They've got sign up all the time wanting help, and I'm thinking, I don't know that I want to get into that kind of hobby shop. If I was going to get into one, I'd want to be more specific stuff, but they do.
Actually, it's quite funny you saying that. So we order stuff from Horizon Hobbies, right? You know, the model train stuff. And every couple of days or so, or once a week, we get phone calls from people going, "Oh, hi, I need to buy something for my helicopter, or I need something for my RC car, or I need something for my plane." And it's like, we are Train World. We only deal with model trains. And the reason is because when you go into Horizon Hobbies, because Horizon Hobbies does deal with trains, planes, helicopters, cars, trucks, you name it. When you go to suppliers, it lists Train World Australia as a supplier of Horizon.
Tell them to read the name, Train World.
Yeah. You'd think that'd be a dead giveaway, but...
Sometimes I can help them out. Like, you know, they call, I was like, "Oh, I need some balsa wood." Like, well, I can help you with that. Or we've had people come in, you know, in tool bits and stuff. But yes, sometimes some phone calls is like, we're a train shop.
Allie says she agrees 100%, Shannon. Don't work in a hobby shop. It will destroy your soul.
No,
well, I tell you,
spend more money than I can.
Anytime you're working anything with that, you got to deal with the public face to face. That can destroy your soul too. At least your faith in mankind. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I know here in Victoria, model railroading's picking up a little bit because the local organisation, Steam Rail, is organising a lot of shuttle runs. So, like, literally every weekend, there's been either a steam train or some sort of heritage unit running on the main line. And they're doing what's called the Steam Rail. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically 6 days straight. It's like $2.5 grand for a ticket, but for 6 days straight, you get to catch a train from the city to Ballarat, then to another town, and then to another town, and you go to all these tourist destinations, all by steam train. For 6 days straight. With overnight stays.
So it's just a week-long excursion then.
Yeah, pretty much. But what they'll do is, so I think the first train's going to Ballarat, which is where, you know, if anyone knows Australian history, Ballarat is where the gold rush was, you know, because there's lots of gold up there. And
I knew that would throw him off the rails.
Anyway, yeah, so they're going to Ballarat. So you catch the train from Melbourne, you go to Ballarat, you stay overnight in Ballarat, and you can look at the tourist attractions in there. Then in the afternoon, you catch another train. The train goes to another place, and there's like a winery and stuff there that you can have dinner and stuff, and some nice hotels and some nice views and stuff. Then the next day, you catch another train to somewhere else, and I have to look at the timetable again. But yeah, from reading the timetable, I was just looking at it going, I wish I could take that week off work just so I could go on that and afford that, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
They've got some train trips here. One of them that I thought would be kind of cool to go on is it's in the western part of the states, and they hit a lot of the national parks. They just do a big loop in the western states, and now they end up busing you into some of them because the rail doesn't go anywhere close to the national park, but you're traveling for the most part and living on the train for a week or 10 days, whatever it is. I thought that might be kind of fun to do too sometime. Because traveling by train's a lot of fun, I thought.
Wasn't that the American Orient Express? Didn't they stop doing that?
I'm not sure. I don't remember what it's called now. The only name I can remember is Rocky Mountaineer, but it runs up the Rockies through up into Canada, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's not it doesn't do the state parks or the national parks, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, Steve's saying after reading about it, he wants to go on the Mountaineer. One train I wouldn't mind taking is from Calgary to Vancouver through the Canadian Rockies up by Banff and Lake Louise and through there. That's some beautiful country up there too. Excuse me. Anyway, but we're coming up on an hour again, as it always happens.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I thought this train just kept going.
No, that's beans, man.
That's beans.
That's the beans. And we will try to. We had a request last time to announce maybe ahead of time when we're going to do a beans. So we'll try and put up a.
Maybe we could do one next
I
week.
wanted to do a beans the other day because I wanted to do a beans the other day because I was looking through the YouTube channel and that popped up our premiere episode, and it's like and it was literally that week we premiered or something, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, I was busy. I couldn't do it. So maybe we can do one next week.
Yeah.
Alex says the best way to travel is by train. No bias here. Yeah, it's not with no bias with me either. It's just I really enjoyed it. Of course, I was a kid, but it's a fairly comfortable way to go if you're on a good passenger train. Amtrak, I couldn't vouch for. I've never been on Amtrak, but the old passenger trains were very comfortable to ride in. And as a kid, I thought it was a lot of fun. Sleep like a baby, and you can't help but get rocked to sleep on those. Roy says he wants to visit Australia and go see the ore pits and ore trains and the road trains. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's quite easy. I mean, he can go to the middle. He can go to Northern Territory, where basically, the town's made up of a caravan park, a pub, and a tourist bus station. Oh, and a shopping mart and a supermarket as well. So, but yeah, but the road is pretty cool.
Steve Anderson said he loved Europe and Japan by rail. Yeah, they do rail all the time over there. Much more, I think, than anything else, because the highways and stuff. We were over there weren't really crowded. I mean, there was cars on it, but it wasn't really crowded. But man, you go by one of the train stops and they just flood off the train. So they use the train quite a bit. Of course, most of them are commuting, I guess, to work, back and forth to work. But
actually, I was reading the other day, supposedly, like with the bullet trains in Japan, from going from one station or from like one city to the next, it's like a half-hour trip. But if you were to take that same trip by car, it was like 3 to 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus, it just puts in perspective how fast those trains go.
Well, not only that, but they're running a straighter route too than probably what a lot of the roads do, and they don't have to put up with traffic.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, it's been another hour, and Shannon was here, so it made it seem like it was longer.
Yeah. It goes quicker.
Come here, Shannon. There you go. It was good to see you again. And Allie, it was great to see you in chat, Allie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll try and comment. As I said last time I was on here, I'm going to try and get on here more. But yeah, like last time I got on, and then I got crook, so obviously I didn't come like last week and the week before, and now I'm better again, so I'm now back here, and I got something stuck in my eye, hence why I'm doing this.
It's called your finger.
Yeah, get your finger out of your eye.
Oh no, I got it's really stuck in there like a bit of glue. There we go. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys again next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and before we do go, for those who are in chat, can you please bombard Sparky 107 and Ron Marsh runs trains and things? We need to get a hold of our traveling box cars.
Yeah, we've lost track of them. We need to get a hold of them. So those are the two last known places they were. Sparky had the HO and Ron had the N scale, and we need to get those moved on. I'm wondering if they know where to send them next. That might be.
Well, there hasn't been any emails to say where we're sending it next. So
yeah.
So yeah, because I still got the list on the computer. It's just trying to get the stuff moving.
Yeah. Well, Steve Anderson said Sparky can't leave his house. I didn't know that. Oh, are they on lockdown up there? They may be on lockdown up there.
Oh. Okay.
And Roy said he recalled Sparky saying he was going to hand it off to someone nearby him. Well, that's okay too, as long as they send it on then, or he gets it back from them and sends it on. So we need to make sure that's happening.
I know who, like, Sparky did mention that to me, and I know who he was sending it to. So it's not like it's to someone that no one knows.
Mm-hmm.
So worst case, I'll just chase him and be like, "Oi, actually, man would know him. It's Ron from Real Working Canadian channel. He's another truckie, and yeah, imagine this show, but a lot more swearing, and a lot more dirty talk.
You're dirty enough for me, Shannon.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get going here, guys.
We need to end the show.
Yeah. Man.
Well, thanks for dropping by, guys. Good to see y'all again, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
All right. Take care,
with
everyone.
something. We'll have something maybe.
We'll be
maybe
here.
not.
We'll be here.
Take care.
All right. See you guys.